Welcome, everyone, to another exciting installment of the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your brother, Frank Double B Babla, joined by the mixologist himself, Mr. Chemical Julian, the birthday boy, Shane Husky, getting his birthday wishes from the lovely Nikita Lyons.
Oh,
and
man, my phone has still not been blowing up.
And joining us for the first time, look, Kyle Sparks, man. Kyle, you are a Body Slam original here when it comes to Ring of Honor. So
I tried.
I want to bring you on the show because you have a really good show on BodySlam.net. As a matter of fact, with is it Kylie? Is that her name?
Yes. So, Kylie and I host the Code of Honor podcast every Monday at 3 p.m.
Okay.
This past week, we just had Kerry Silken on, where we were talking about the HDNet era of Ring of Honor. Very underrated. He's a great guy, and thrilled to have him on, share some stories about what happened back on in the HDNet era.
I'm glad to have you on, man. Glad to have you on. This craziness that we have here on the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast, I'm pretty sure you'll fit in pretty, you know.
Oh, man.
It's crazy. But before we start the show, it is Shane's birthday. Shane. Tell them what you got for your birthday, Shane. Tell everybody what you got for your birthday.
Oh, man. Well, I got a sweet, lovely video from Nikita Lyons. She sang me a happy birthday. And it was very lovely.
Oh.
You know what, Shane? Seeing as how it is your birthday. Seeing as how it is your birthday, let's go ahead and let's hear that one more time.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Shane. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Shane. I hope you have the best birthday ever. Cheers to life. And stay safe. Have a great night. Happy birthday.
Nah.
Yeah. And I will tell you this, Shane, when I talked to her about doing it, she was like, dude, what can I do to make this dude's birthday special? And I was like, why don't you sing for him? She was like, really? So when you did that, I sent her a text. I was like, legitly, he was speechless.
I really was too. I was like, "Oh man, here comes the waterworks."
I was like, I think he was gonna cry.
I really was too. I really was because like, I just wasn't expecting it and everything, and I really do appreciate for Babla for doing that for me. It was very nice.
Hey man, we had been planning that for about a day. Like literally, I was like, hey, you know what? That's why when I was in the chat group talking to you guys, I'm like, so what do you think about Nikita Lyons?
Nikita Lyons is great. Future NXT Women's Champion, that's for sure.
It's the reason why I was hinting toward that, so I can get you to be like, I love her.
If Nikita Lyons didn't work out, you got your last legend.
Wow. Okay.
Your next question was, what do you think about Lash Legend? So
well, I had to throw you guys off. I mean, I couldn't be like, so what do you think about Nikita Lyons? By the way, I'm texting her right now as we're talking. Like I couldn't be saying that, you know, like I gotta be sneaky.
Sneaky.
You know, like a sneaky little snake.
He's gonna be sneaky style, like Rocky Romero.
Romero. Oh,
sneaky style.
Sneaky.
So tonight we had a stellar show of AEW, and I gotta say, it was kind of like what the WWE should do when you have like a go home show. Considering this is not the go home show, but I'm just saying, when you have a major event, you push the hell out of that major event, but you make it make sense. Some of the things that happened tonight, in my opinion, were pushed a little too fast. Like the matches were added a little too fast.
Yeah.
We can tell.
I was watching when I was at the dog park. I was like, this reminded me of the Attitude Era before a go home show. Like a lot of stuff packed into that 2 hours.
Yes.
But some of those matches that got added, I was like, oh, we're still 2 weeks out. So they're just like they're jamming it in so that, for example, the Jericho Appreciation Society, I mean, next week you're going to have the Brawl pull apart, or hopefully not the Can They Coexist segment.
They kind of leaned into that.
Yeah.
Don't say that dirty C word on the show. Do not say that dirty C word on the show.
Damn dirty C word.
It's not 8 o'clock yet. You can't say the other C word.
11 o'clock over here.
But you can't say that dirty C word. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I do agree, though. Kyle, what do you think?
There's some good and bad. I mean, I loved the I was intrigued by what they set up with the tournament. I like where they were going with that. I liked the way they got into the tag title match because we didn't really have a legit contender going into the pay-per-view. I'm kind of hit or miss on. I've been kind of hit or miss on the build for the women's title match, but all told, I think there was a lot more positive than negative.
So I agree with that a little bit.
Yes.
Let's go into the first part of Wild Card Wednesday. Show opens up, and of course it's Samoa Joe, the Ring of Honor World Television Champion. Kyle, someone that you're very familiar with.
Oh yeah,
I'm actually really familiar with Samoa Joe, but that's another story for another day.
Samoa Joe.
So Joe comes out, and we have this match where it's the Joker versus the World Television Champion. And quite honestly, this is the first match in the Owen Hart men's qualifier quarterfinal match. So if Samoa Joe wins, he goes into the semifinals. If the Joker wins, the Joker didn't have to qualify. He just went right into the semifinals, which is crazy, but okay, whatever. I'm a little sad about the way they did this because in our chat group, Shane was yelling shenanigans. Shenanigans.
I really was
hoping for shenanigans.
Me too.
That
But
made it a little more.
It happened at the most off timing time for shenanigans to happen.
A little too late.
Yeah,
it was a little too late.
I kind of called it.
You did call it. But we had the
Which
the
is why
first
I'm
match.
Wicked Crazy Pitfall champion right over
Jesus
here.
Christ, aluminum belt. Anyway,
Tell him, champ.
We have the Owen Hart Foundation men's tournament qualifier. Quarterfinal match is Samoa Joe versus the Joker. Samoa Joe comes to the ring first, gets his big pop. Everyone loves Samoa Joe. But then his opponent comes down. And when I saw the name Johnny Elite, I got excited. I got super excited because I was like, finally, Johnny Gargano debuts. And then John Morrison walks down. I'm like, what in the actual two fucks is going on? But
come on, it's Johnny Elite, the man with many name changes. Like, come on,
he's Johnny Everything. That should be his name.
Yeah, Johnny Everything. That would have been great.
Samoa Joe dominated the match, but but with a few little surges from Johnny Elite. It was actually a pretty decent match.
It was.
Julian, I see you're chopping at the bit. Tell us, Julian, mixologist, the man who mixes everything up on this show.
And so look, all right. So Tommaso Ciampa trolled us all.
He did
earlier today when he said, "Hey, taking a picture with a couple of jokers." Those were not the jokers that we saw tonight in the Owen Hart Cup finals.
Thanks for ruining for the women's version.
Yeah, we got Johnny Mundo, we got Johnny Nitro, we got Johnny Dangerously, we
Johnny
got
Omega, Johnny Mundo,
Johnny Impact,
Johnny Impact.
Yeah.
If he was in Ring of Honor, would it be Johnny of Honor?
Yeah, Johnny Honor.
I think it would be Johnny Honor.
Yeah, Johnny Honor. Oh, that's a name. Oh, damn.
And aside from feeling cheated, aside from feeling literally baited and switched, given the entrance. So once again, when you saw the entrance, you saw Johnny Elite, you're like, oh. Let me tell you a story here. Let me tell you a story. When I was a kid, I was like in the 4th grade. My mom picked me up from school. And she's like, I got a surprise for you when you get home. And I was like, really? And so being a kid, you know, I was like, oh man, it's got to be the G.I. Joe tower with the little winch on it. And, or it's got to be the new Bionic Man with the look through his eye. And, you know, our Oscar Gold with the exploding briefcase. Nah, my uncle had redone the ceiling in my bedroom.
Surprise.
Surprise. And I was like, oh.
This is it?
She was like, aren't you surprised? I was like, yeah, but this isn't really what I was looking for. And that's how I felt tonight. I was like, Johnny Elite. Oh, it's Johnny Elite. Okay. And so, tell you what, I won't blame him. I'll blame the cameraman. The cameraman was on him when he went to do that dive off the top turnbuckle, and Joe was standing outside the ring, and you see him go, hey, come on, move over a little bit.
Yeah.
And it just if as far as who I thought believably was going to win this match and advance into the finals, now I'm like, well, fuck, it's Joe. It's absolutely going to be Joe. There's no question. It's going to be Joe. It's not going to be this guy. Johnny Gargano? Oh, shit. 50-50. Well, shit. Maybe 60-40 Gargano, you know?
Yeah.
But
well, if you guys looked at my Twitter,
5-star Gargano.
I posted on Twitter, I'm like, AEW, you totally screwed the pooch with these jokers. Like, I mean, the women's Joker was kind of like, okay, that's kind of cool, but it would have been a lot better if these jokers, like I said about this tournament from the beginning, and I hate NXT. NXT is stupid. It's like
even the categories.
It's a dumb show, but even NXT is doing it right with the breakout tournament.
Yeah.
AEW, who prides themselves on building up young talent, they're not building up any young talent in this tournament. Darby Allin gets defeated in the tournament. He's gone.
Wheeler gets defeated.
Wheeler gone.
Gone.
Why didn't you put these young guys over? Even in the women's tournament. Okay, we got
the Joker.
We got Jamie Hayter gone. You know, and you got Red Velvet versus
Ruby Soho.
Stat.
Red Velvet versus Statlander. So that's gonna happen on Friday on Rampage. So either or, who cares? Those are people that have been with AEW for a while. Like, what if the Joker? You bring these people in as surprises, but you're not giving them a push. You see what I'm saying? Like, let one of those Jokers, and I'm not going to spoil the women's Joker because you never know if she won or lost. But you know, if you brought in Gargano, if you brought in Cesaro, if you brought in anybody, you could have put them over. It would have been great. Miro, bring Miro back. That would have been great.
Right.
He's still searching for his God. Like, come on.
But these tournament matches, these matches that they had here, should I got direct deposit. Sorry, I just saw money pop up on my account. These things they should have been special. And in my opinion, they weren't special. They weren't special at all.
Samoa Joe versus Miro would have been
that's a dream match.
Just
been...
two meaty men slapping meats.
Oh,
just big meaty man slapping meat. Shane would be in heaven.
And that being the case, I don't know that you don't save Miro and Joe for when you can actually get a little bit of build to it, as opposed to just dropping it in a tournament kind of a thing. You know, I'm 100% on board for Joe versus Miro. That'd be a banger in every sense. But like, man, give it a couple weeks to build. Let them both talk people into the building because they both can.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
And you make you some money on that. But that being said, I didn't mind the role of Johnny Elite. I didn't see it coming. I definitely didn't see it coming. But I think he's an interesting addition to the roster. He's got experience with several of your top guys.
Yes, he has.
He's had bangers in recent memory with Phoenix, with Penta, with
Oh, we're gonna talk about Phoenix. We're gonna talk about Phoenix. Dude, oh my God!
Dude can go, and sure, sounds like fun. Let's see where it goes.
See, now
don't get me wrong. It was a banger of a match. It was good. It was really good. It's just when you have a tournament like this, is like really built around building new talent.
Yeah.
Like I love tournaments for that reason.
I maybe one of the issues is that I don't know that they were ever really clear from the announcement that this tournament was going to be a thing.
Yes, because they never
why
really
it was happening.
They never really did say it was for new talent. But AEW knows when to correct for right or wrong. We've seen it happen many times. So maybe next year it will probably definitely be breakout tournament for young stars because that's what everybody wants to see in a tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there might have been some internal issues there in the sense of, well,
I mean, they never
what is our goal? Why are we doing this in the first place?
And there was so much drama behind them doing the tournament anyway. Like, oh, they're doing it to spite WWE.
No.
You know,
like, is it supposed to be a breakout tournament? Is it supposed to be a number one contenders tournament? Is it supposed to be a tribute tournament? Is it supposed to be because all of those are going to have different priorities and different goals at the end.
True.
And I think
that's a very good point you made there.
And I don't know, it's probably just me. And I think they maybe said like whoever wins the tournament will get a shot at the AEW World Heavyweight Champion.
I don't think they even discussed that. I think it was just the winner would be crowned the first ever Owen Hart Invitational Champion, and the other one would be the Owen Hart Women's Invitational Champion.
Next year, that could be a thing.
Hopefully that will be a thing.
Yeah.
So then we go to the actual finish. It was a 450 splash. Johnny Elite got a 2 count, a very close 2 count. But Samoa Joe hit the Muscle Buster for the win. Crowd was happy. Match was good. And then out of nowhere, that's when the shenanigans happened. I'm like, if I would have booked this match, this match would have built towards a Ring of Honor television title match between Samoa Joe and Jay Lethal. What I would have did was I would have had Sanjay and Satnam Singh Johnny attack Johnny Elite. That way he doesn't look bad in a loss, but he wins by disqualification, so he advances in the tournament. Samoa Joe doesn't look bad by getting disqualified in the tournament, and now he has a ready-made feud which has been building with these guys already. Because in the grand scheme of things, you've wasted Satnam Singh, Sanjay Dutt, and Jay Lethal by not having them do anything during this match. If any kind of heat was going to be drawn from this match, it should have happened during the match. And then you had the best friends, or should I say, Roppongi Vice and
Roppongi Friends.
Roppongi Friends. Friend Vice, who knows? Come down and they attack. They stop Jay Lethal and Satnam Singh and Sanjay Dutt from beating Samoa Joe up. So it looks like they're going to be a tag team match with Sanjay Dutt and Jay Lethal versus the best friends, or Roppongi Vice, whatever you want to call them this week. Chaos, because Chaos did run rampant in this match. If you had to rate this whole match and segment on an A to F, Julian, what would you give it a rating?
I'd give it B+.
Yeah.
Okay. Shane, since it's your birthday, you go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Julian, B+.
Okay, Kyle.
I'm going to go a little bit lower. I'm going to say just a solid B. I felt like there was some style clashes with Joe and Johnny that they were having a hard time ironing out at points. I'm still a little frustrated with the build to Joe versus Lethal. I feel like it's been in neutral for a long time, and I don't know if that's part card. Yeah, and that's something that Kylie and I talked about on our show as well recently about is if this is due to ROH not having TV right now or what, but this feud has felt like it's been going forever, and we need to get to the fireworks factory.
I'm going to give it a C+. And the reason why I say a C+, I'm not hating on the match. The match was great. There were a lot of botched spots in the match, but like Kyle said, they had 2 different styles that need to be worked out. Samoa Joe has been off for like 2 years. So this is what his like 5th match back, 6th match maybe.
Because WWE telling him to sit behind the counter and never wrestle again.
Yeah. So I mean, like these matches, like he's got a little ring rust on him. His match with
that's
Minoru
not
Suzuki,
his fault at all whatsoever.
His match with Minoru Suzuki was hard hitting and stiff, but it was slow and it drug out way too long. So the crowd was red hot for it though. They loved it. So I mean, as a wrestler, as a performer, as an in-ring performer, I say a C. I can see a lot of botched spots. You can actually see where they were talking to each other. I don't know how long it's been since Johnny Impact or Elite or whatever it's called. So Johnny Elite has had a singles match. I mean, I don't know how long. I didn't do my research on that, but the point is, it could have been a lot better. The shenanigans should have happened during the match because, like Kyle said, this has been a neutral like this whole time. Like they're in San Francisco, going up a hill in neutral right now. Dude, put the car in drive and give it some gas.
Yeah.
And they this right here, the beat down at the end of the night, the beat down with the best friends coming to save them, that right there was them giving it some gas. But what are you going to give it gas to? The next dark elevation? Are you going to put it on Rampage? Are you going to wait 3 weeks to put it on, 4 weeks to put it on AEW Dynamite? You've already wasted so much of it. It's like they did with it's like the WWE did with Rusev. They made he was red hot in the beginning, and then they put him in neutral, and it stalled so much to where everyone was just like, dude, like what can we do to get it going again? AEW is not known for doing that. Like, they're not known for killing an angle so swiftly. But I give it a C+.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of it's going to depend on, again, how the TV deal comes through and what ROH's future is going to be. If that's going to be happening sometime soon, then maybe we see that play out differently. Otherwise, I don't see how you get past Double or Nothing without doing something with Joe and Lethal to try to blow this off, or at least give it a little bit of gas again and pump it back up.
Exactly.
Because the two of them have the ability to talk you into the building and to make you interested, either in ring or out of ring. They're both consummate professionals, but man, do something to get me excited again.
Please. Yeah. Cause like the excitement level has just dropped dramatically.
And plus the whole thing with Rusev in the WWE, that was like totally Rusev fault, because Vince was literally telling Rusev, hey, they're not cheering for you. They're mocking you. That was the whole point.
We all know about Vince.
And their feud in ROH got cut short. That was they started feuding in ROH. They feuded for about 4 months or so, and then Lethal signed with Impact. Yeah, and they had to cut the whole thing short, so they never really got that extended feud anywhere.
Nope.
True. And it could be a lot better. I mean, like, geez, this can go the miles. This can go. I mean, like this can be a legit like hardcore like match right now. Like you got the makings of a great storyline with the fact that Samoa Joe and Jay Lethal have this history of being like the teacher and the student and the whatnot. And then you got Sanjay Dutt, who's just freaking amazing at everything he does. I fucking love Sanjay Dutt, dude. Sanjay as a wrestler, as a producer, as a backstage guy, Sanjay Dutt is awesome.
Definitely underrated.
Super underrated.
Yes.
But let me go to CM Punk coming out to the ring to join Tony Schiavone, Excalibur, and Jim Ross. Now, there are some things that I'm going to say about this match before the match even started. I think, guys, we finally found El Generico.
Oh, yeah?
Because tonight, Excalibur was like, El Generico this, El Generico that, haluva kick here, haluva kick there. I was like, did Sami Zayn leave WWE all of a sudden? Or is El Generico going to be the Joker? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was excited.
Great. That would be great if that was actually a thing.
But I will say there were 3 big matches on the show that were pay-per-view level in excitement. And this match was one of them.
Yeah.
I did not expect this match to be, I expected it to be okay. But, bro, I did not expect this match to be so good.
It was really good. I really enjoyed it.
Hangman Adam Page, the AEW World Champion, who hasn't really been wrestling. I think he's had like 3 matches on TV since he was the World Champion.
Yes.
And one was on Dark Elevation.
Which is surprising.
I was like, whoa.
He's had a couple of defenses, but yeah.
Besides the defenses, you got like the TBS champion, the TNT champion, the World Tag Team champions, even the FTW champion. They're all been wrestling on TV. Hangman hasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like Hangman has been saved for like pay-per-view matches. Now, I cannot really pronounce the guy's name that he faced.
Konosuke Takeshita.
Okay, so Takeshita, that's the name I can figure out. So Takeshita from DDT.
Yep.
He's formerly of the DDT Tag Team Champions. They mentioned the fact that he beat Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi.
Yep.
He wasn't doing Kenny Omega then Kota Ibushi's moves there in the match.
He was doing a lot of stuff. Dude,
looks like
is
Kenny Omega too, a little bit.
he is phenomenal.
Hey,
I mean, I've watched him in DDT before, but he is phenomenal.
That German suplex he hit on Adam Page was devastating.
Oh my
His
god,
neck
it was
was broken.
glorious.
It looked so legit, and that Blue Thunder Bomb was great.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
Yes, man. This match was everything you could hope for. The leaping knee strike.
If
dude,
I had my blue chew, I would have taken about 1,000 blue chews because of this match.
yeah, this was the blue chew match of the night. I'll tell you that because it was stiff.
I was rock solid with this match, like you don't even
Man,
know.
I'll tell you. But that last ride power bomb, Jesus.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this
Man.
match was hellacious. But
This
Adam
man's a young
Page,
star in the making that Hangman just.
yeah, I was gonna say
God.
Adam Page being the heavyweight champion, you would expect him to just mow
Job
through
him
this
out.
guy.
Just
So-
like that.
3 things about this match that I loved: the fact that, like I say every week, on any given day in AEW, anyone can get beat.
Anyone.
The world champion can get beat
Yep.
by a relative nobody to the company. He can get beat, and legitly, he almost got beat.
Legitimately almost got beat. There were
But I will say, the second thing that I liked about it was the fact that he overcame the fact that he gave him the Tombstone Power Driver. The old Adam Page would have lost all confidence in himself, and he would have lost that match.
Oh yes.
And the third thing, which is something that I saw coming 200 miles away, was the fact that they hit him with the go to sleep.
And he
Yeah.
just dropped him too. He didn't
did.
like give him space like Punk, but he just like bam right on the knee.
He hit him with the go to sleep and looked right up at Punk. The psychological
Mind
warfare going on between these two guys is excellent. The only thing I'm waiting for that I'm pretty sure is probably going to happen is CM Punk's going to be like, "You're an alcoholic. You're a drunk."
We're waiting for it.
I've been waiting for it. I've
for it.
been waiting so long for it because that's a built-in storyline right there.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts there, Kyle?
I mean, it is, and as somebody who's followed Punk since 03, 04,
Wow.
I always love seeing straight edge
You
jerk
follow the
CM
blonde
Punk.
hair basketball short wearing CM Punk.
Oh yeah. I didn't get to see him actually live until he'd already transitioned over to the Trunks around 05 or so. But still, I was watching earlier than that during the Raven feud, the whole 9 yards. But I love me some straight edge heel Punk. But the reason that it worked was because there was enough realism in what he did to make you mad. Like he's a jerk about it, but he's got a point. The reason that I don't know if it works with the Hangman right now is that I think you've seen Hangman take one drink since he won the title, or even since he was approaching his title match.
Yeah.
That feels like a part of his personality that he just kind of left in the past. And yeah, it's still possible that Punk can hit that for some heat, but I don't know that it has the same kind of devastating effect that it would have if this happened a year ago.
Yeah, and also it definitely would overlap with like the promo that Jericho cut on, the Blackpool Combat Club this evening also.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll get down to that debacle in a minute.
But the match was fantastic, as you'd expect. Takeshita is a stud. He's basically DDT's ace. He's coming across like a star in AEW.
Yes, he is.
So good for him, and great little match for Page going into the pay-per-view.
Yeah, that was stellar.
And
it was
CM Punk
very
trolling the
different.
Texas fans again with his T-shirt tonight.
Right? Oh my God!
yeah.
Oh man, CM Punk, man, he is the master. He is the man, the myth, and the legend when it comes to trolling people. I
The
tell you.
troller.
Oh my God. Yeah. It was just so Malcolm Bivens and CM Punk. Can you imagine them just going out on Twitter? Oh
Oh,
boy, I'm there for that. I'm all there for that. So grading this match, solid A.
Oh yeah,
not A
solid
plus,
A.
not A minus, straight up A. What do you guys think?
Oh yeah, these two get a solid A. This match was a banger.
Shane?
Yeah, solid A.
Kyle?
I can't disagree. It delivered in the ring. It moved forward the story appropriately. Got to see CM Punk do his thing. Love it all around.
It was a great match. I just love the fact that Punk was like, yeah, Takeshi's finisher, the Blue Thunder Bomb. Yeah, credit to El Generico. And I'm like, wow, man, they are just throwing it out there right now, you know. But that diving lariat that by Hangman, discus forearms, man. I'm telling you, he was doing a lot. And Punk was like, yeah, that buckshot lariat is now called the Punk shot lariat. I was like, wow. Just rubbing salt in the dude's wounds right there.
Salt.
So we had a match that kind of progressed a storyline that we discussed about 2 weeks ago. We predicted this about 2 weeks ago was going to happen. Keith Lee and Shane Strickland taking on the Workhorsemen. Yeah, the Workhorsemen. And they made short work of the Workhorsemen. Their finisher, though, the power bomb to the double stomp, whatever it was,
that
was beautiful.
I love it.
But I wasn't really too, you know me. I mean, I think Shane Strickland is a great worker. Tonight, I was impressed by his. I mean, I've known Shane Strickland since up here in the Pacific Northwest days. So, like, I personally know his work rate and everything, but I wasn't really too impressed with his AEW run so far until tonight. The match was like his moveset in the match was actually pretty good. And JD Drake, look, you can't do no better than JD Drake, man.
Right.
The chop to the chest that
to the
he
nipples
took from Keith Lee, and he buckled. He was like, "Hold on, man, wait a second."
Yeah.
Wait a second.
And then he tried to give one back to Keith Lee, and Keith Lee was like,
Nope.
That right there was two big meaty men slapping all types of.
And
meat.
I loved every.
They were in the butcher shop with that. Yep. But we all know Strickland and Lee, they won the match relatively easy. And they were like, well, that makes us the number 5 contenders for the tag team titles. Okay, so you got Jurassic Express. I mean, you got your boy Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs come out to the ring, and I love the fact that he was like, he said, "Look at you coming down."
Powerhouse was going like this when he was coming out.
Yeah, right. I mean, look, Julian loves Powerhouse Hobbs. That is Julian's boy right there.
Powerhouse.
And his Swoveralls. Yeah,
his Swoveralls.
Oh man,
can't go wrong with those.
Can't go wrong with them. But they came down and they were like, they were like, yo, you can't be skipping the line. Like, we deserve a tag team title shot. Now, as I recalled, last week he beat Jungle Boy, so they were owed a tag team title shot as per Christian's declaration.
Correct.
Right? But you guys were like, and I think we all said it was like, there's going to be a triple threat match at the pay-per-view.
Yes.
We said that like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And
so
then,
I think what kind of got me was that they scheduled the triple threat tag team match for the pay-per-view. I thought they were going to do it on Dynamite and then have the singles tag team match the pay-per-view, but whatever.
Yeah. So we have a triple threat tag team championship match thanks to Christian coming out and making it a 3-way dance. Now, here's the thing. As a wrestler and as a champion, we always discuss this every week on the show.
Yes, we do.
If I'm the champion and the 3 of you want my championship, right? All 3 of you are clamoring for the North American Championship. Big Red right there, my beautiful redhead girlfriend. Like, you guys are all challenging for the championship, right? You guys are all after me for the belt. I'm not going to make it easier for me to lose by saying I'll face all 3 of you.
Correct.
Why would I do that?
I'm an having killer of a match.
Like, Shane can get pinned by Julian. Kyle can pin Julian. Kyle can pin Shane. And then I lose my belt.
And then you're hosed.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much. So why would I put myself in that position? That's like playing Russian roulette with a full clip. Okay. It's going to be bad for the champions. So the fact that Christian came out and made this match for the champions who were okay with it boggles the mind.
Well, not only that, but look who they're facing.
Yeah.
I mean, with both teams, they're kind of overmatched.
Yeah.
You know, they're kind of overmatched. They're definitely beyond equally matched, but
They really are.
I really feel they're overmatched, and so the chances of them losing are greater than 33 and a third.
Let's get some Steiner math in here.
Oh no!
Well, it's 4 of y'all, it's 6 of y'all, it's 12 of y'all, but then 2 of us get out, and then 5 of us go here. 4 plus 1 is 17 in Canada, but 12 plus 2 is 15 in Germany. And it all equals out to 7. Like, what the hell? But yeah, that's, I mean, well, okay, so what bothers me about this is that FTR, who is the Ring of Honor and the AAA Tag Team Champions, have just been left out of this whole thing.
Yep.
They got to defend the champion somewhere else, man.
I'm just saying. They should have put FTR in this match.
Oh, make
the FTR the belt collectors. So this whole segment for me gets a relatively low C.
Wow.
Yeah. What about you, Shane?
Well, I wouldn't give it a little higher of a B, only because I'm like really looking forward to this triple threat tag match, and literally anything can happen. Plus, it's the first time triple threat tag match that's gonna happen in AEW, and with a unique, interesting match like this, it's probably gonna be one of the best match nights on the card in Double or Nothing.
Wow. Okay. Kyle.
Yeah, I'm gonna go B-. The match itself wasn't anything particularly special. I would love to see the Workhorsemen really get a good, honest-to-goodness run.
Yes.
I know what they can do as a tag team. I watched them tear the house down at Warrior Wrestling against the Briscoes at one point.
Oh, yeah.
So I know they got it in them. But obviously, they're not really established to do that yet here. I like where they're going with the Jurassic Express and Christian. They're playing that tough love from Christian to these guys, and somebody's going to turn on somebody, and it's happening soon.
It's definitely going to be Christian. He's definitely going to kill Switch.
And it's going to be good when it happens. And at the pay-per-view, between Hobbs and between Keith Lee, Jungle Boy about to get thrown into the sun.
Jungle Boy gonna be Superman, ultimate Superman. He'll be tossing to the sun.
And I know it will make Julian so very happy.
Man, that's gonna make my day.
If Christian turn heel on Luchasaurus and just give him the kill switch like 3 times.
Look. Here's my prediction for that. You guys know this is in the prediction war for a champion here.
I mean,
99.9% of my predictions come true. So I'm gonna call it like this: Jungle Boy gets pissed, turns on Christian and Luchasaurus.
Or Luchasaurus, and it becomes a PhD master degree gimmick.
Here's the thing, though: Luchasaurus is a gimmick. Without Jungle Boy, he's pretty much nothing. He's just a giant dude in a mask that thinks he's a cruiserweight.
He's a dinosaur.
I love Jungle Boy.
Jungle Boy, on the other hand, is a pillar of AEW.
Are you trying to say that without Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus is extinct?
Hey, I'm just saying, man. He might as well be laying us from tar on La Brea.
He's a fossil.
You got MJF, who's getting pushed to the moon. You got Sammy Guevara, who's getting pushed to the moon. Right? Those are 2 pillars. Britt Baker shoved into the moon, like, yo, go.
Yeah.
Right? Jungle Boy is the only one that hasn't got that rub yet.
Bullshit. Jungle Boy is getting pushed to the fucking moon by the simple fact that motherfucker.
Not just to the moon, but he's going over the moon.
Oh my God. They put a MX missile on his back and tried to shoot him to Mars.
He has over 50 wins. Like,
as many matches as he's won that have dude,
he should have lost some of them.
It's unfathomable. It is just beyond the pale of sports entertainment. He's been in the ring playing Ricky Morton for over 20 minutes, getting his ass handed to him. And he finally tags in Luchasaurus, who ends up standing on the ring apron while Jungle Boy gets the freaking pin.
You're never going to let that match go, are you?
No, I'm not going to let that go. It was some bullshit. They gave Jungle Boy the Super Cena treatment. He's really been coming in there beating people, and you're telling me that he finally gets beat when he gets distracted by Swerve. When Swerve goes, "Hey, Jungle Boy, huh?" and then he gets rolled up. I mean,
wait, hold on.
Just like when MVP said to Drew.
I was about to say we're gonna talk about that. Let's talk about that whole "Hey Drew, huh?"
Man, I mean,
Claymore 3, 2, Drew, huh?
Christian comes out here saying he needs his win back over that guy who caused him to lose the match last week. Caused him to lose the match by distracting him? Really?
Once again, as a professional wrestler.
Oh no,
I have
I'm
fans
sorry.
screaming at me. I have fans screaming at me, telling me, die, 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 die. Am I going to stop my match? Why do you want me to die?
No, you're going to tell him I'm going to be your new stepfather.
Like, that's really mean. Don't be that way. Like, am I going to? No.
That's hurtful.
Yeah, that's so hurt.
No, you want Babla does in the match? What Babla does in the match? He looks at a kid and be like, I'm going to become your new stepdaddy.
That was one time. That was at one time.
Hilarious. That's hilarious.
Jungle Boy has been getting pushed to the freaking moon.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, he's had one of the most solid pushes because not only does this dude get a whole lot of TV time,
a lot.
When is the last time Luchasaurus had a singles match? Now I know, not that I was looking forward to one, but I'm just saying, when is the last time Luchasaurus got a singles match?
Well, been a while.
When was the last time he had a speaking part?
Well, oranges.
Yeah, that's about it.
Jungle Boy, my friend.
Hey, what do we say about people working to their strengths?
True. Yeah, he's working to his strengths. All right.
Yeah. Hey, Omos, just stand there and pose.
Jungle Boy is the John Cena. Jungle Boy is the John Cena in the tag team division. Let's just call it.
Oh my God. But you were right about the whole Ricky Morton with Jungle Boy.
Yeah.
He is Ricky Morton.
Yes.
So I mean, he's Mario Jannetty too. He's got all the talent, and he's not getting pushed anywhere. So I mean, honestly, I give it a C again because I just wasn't happy with none of it.
Ratings tonight.
And Anthony Henry, JD Drake, freaking phenomenal. I've been on shows with those guys. I know they tear the house down. So it's just the way they're being used. So with that being said, before we go to the next match,
but also it's the fact that they keep getting used, and that's the part that I like.
Yeah,
because
I love that.
You remember back on Superstars.
Oh my God.
You show up one week and you don't the next.
Wrestling challenge over here.
So
next thing you know, you've been bringing up Shotgun Saturday Night.
The fact that they keep on coming back and putting on good matches is a good sign.
Yeah.
I just looked it up, Julian. The best I can tell, the last time Luchasaurus was in a singles match was in July. He had two of them on Dark and Elevation tapings against Jora Joel and Fuego del Sol that combined were less than 3 minutes.
He also had a match with Brandon Cutler. Remember, it was the Dragon versus the Dinosaur.
Yes, it was in a elite feud that they were doing.
Yeah, they built it up on being the elite, which was stupid.
I'm not. To this day, I'm not sure that I'd have to keep digging, but I'd have to go back a ways to find one that was not on Dark or Elevation.
Yeah, thank God. But I will say the Houston crowd was hot for Lee. They were hot for Strickland. Of course, the Houston crowd was hot for Lee. He's a Dallas, Texas boy. Metroplex Wrestling was when I very first met him, along with Eric. I won't say Eric and Ivar. God, I can't think of his name.
You can't think of their original name now, can you?
Yeah, one of the War Raiders.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hanson and Rowe.
Yes.
Ray Rowe was there. Okay. He was there along with Athena and Matt Palmer. Athena was doing the gimmick there, and I remember the very first time I saw her, she hit that Eclipse finisher of hers.
Yeah.
I looked at my tag team partner. I was like, stolen. I'm stealing that move. And then I was in a 5-on-5 match against Hernandez and Devon Dudley and some other Texas guys, and Matt Palmer, her husband, was on my team. And I was like, hey, man, you think your wife would be mad if I use this move? He was like, yeah. And she was in the crowd. I'm like, I'm not going to piss anybody off here in Texas. I'm not trying to get lynched.
like low key, if you use his finisher, he'll be like, that's my move. Stealing my move.
So we go backstage to Jade Cargill, who interrupts a promo between one of her baddies and Chris Statlander. Two things about this. Red Velvet, keep her away from her mic.
Yeah.
Like, when we're having a conversation, if I'm shooting a promo, I'm like, Julian, at the end of the day, it's going to be you, it's going to be me, one-on-one. One of us is going to win, one of us is going to lose, and you're looking at the winner right here. That's a promo. Not so, Julian. I know we were partners one time, and I was saving you, and then you were saving me, but there won't be any more saving this week. Like, did you have a blackboard right behind there, or whiteboard right behind there where you're reading off the board? Like, were you doing that? Because that was the worst promo ever. Did I buy that? Hell no. My 13-year-old.
You can't talk to me like that. I'm a baddie now.
Yeah.
And
I'm a baddie now.
And all I do is just have a random baddie in the crowd just talk shit to other females in the ring. Yeah.
Women empowerment, baby. Women empowerment.
Isn't that what she said at the end of her promo? Like, I'm a baddie, or the baddies, or something like that?
Whatever. Yeah,
something like that.
But the worst part of the whole thing was when Jade Cargill comes in and she cuts her promo, and then she turns to Tony and she goes, Tony, cut the shit. He didn't say nothing. He was just standing there.
Poor Tony. He's getting bullied.
Dude, I actually thought that was pretty funny.
Poor Tony gets shit from everybody.
Everybody. Adam Cole
even when
wants to beat him up.
Yeah. Even when he's just standing there, there's just like, why are you standing so funny? It's like, I'm standing.
Well, realistically, Adam Cole wants to beat him up because of the mistletoe gimmick that one time. Yeah. It was so funny.
And the funniest one was when Regal came in the ring and he was like, oh, looks like he finally can afford some nice suits.
Right?
Dude, actually, the funny part was when Jade Cargill walks in and you see her standing next to Red Velvet and you're like, is this Barbie and Midge? Like, what the hell's going on here? It's like she can eat her at any time she wants to.
Like a snack. Have you seen them on TikTok?
Yes.
I'm going to see some of their TikToks, bro.
It's like, are you dropping it like it's hot? No, I'm just squatting so I can fit in the picture of Red Velvet.
Right? Oh, man. So I don't know. This segment just didn't do anything for me. I mean, I was about to see a dude
I think I
get
missed
whipped.
that segment. So
I was about to see a dude get whipped 10 times in Texas. So just be glad he wasn't a black guy. That really would have been bad.
just taking it. Taking it in Texas.
So, well, before we go any further, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. We're going to go a quick commercial break, and we'll be back more with Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Drive me insane! All these rules are lame! I've been taking all the fun out! Drive me insane! All these rules are lame! I've been taking all the fun out! Drive me insane! All these
When you want to get your hair cut, you go get your hair cut right. You head down to Big D's Barbershop. Big D's Barbershop, Vancouver, Washington's best and brightest. 1019 Main Street, Vancouver, Washington, where you can go get your hair lined up, cuts, fades, shampoos, conditions, and all the great things that go with supporting a local barbershop in a local business area. You can also reach them online at www.bigdsbarbershop.com. Go get your hair cut right.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
And boys, we are back live here on the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast. And look, ladies and gentlemen, this is about to be some real kinky shit.
Oh yeah?
I knew you would get happy.
He got real excited about that.
Shane, he got so excited. I don't know what we're gonna do about him. But look, ladies and gentlemen, Wildcard Wednesday with AEW continues with Wardlow taking 10 lashes. Now, first and foremost, I'm not letting no dude beat me with the belt 10 times on TV in Texas. People, the fans in Texas were crazy about it. They're like, do more. And I'm like,
man,
yeah.
even I was going crazy about this. I didn't have my Blue Chew with me. I was just upset about that.
So here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. Wardlow has to take 10 lashes, and then he has to face the chairman, Sean Spears, in a steel cage match. Yes. And the referee, of course, is going to be MJF. And I don't know if immediately after the match he faces MJF, or is it he does 10 lashes tonight, next Wednesday he does the steel cage match, and then the pay-per-view he faces MJF.
He made it very clear.
It's that.
It's the double or nothing thing.
Okay, because I was just thinking to myself, man, that's crazy. I will say this has been one of the best storylines since Revolution. The only difference is they added Wardlow to it. Because at first it was Cody. At first it was Cody, and they drugged that one out and made it crazy. But then now this is basically Wardlow taking Cody's place. And I gotta be honest, man,
instinct Wardlow.
Those 10 shots, the first like 6, Wardlow was like smiling and laughing to the crowd.
Yep.
It was pissing MJ off. MJF was pissed. And he just starts going crazy with the belt. So Sean Spears was like, whoa, calm down. So they were counting.
Yeah.
And I think it got to like 8. And
Yep.
Yeah, and God bless Bryce Remsburg for keeping track while he was losing his mind in the middle of the ring.
Poor Bryce, man. Shout out to Bryce Remsburg, man. That dude, he gets all, he's the Charles Robinson of AEW.
Yeah.
He gets all the crazy matches. Like, he is like all up in there. Every time there's some wild, crazy stuff, if it's not him, it's you know who.
Best referee in the world, Aubrey.
You know who.
That's my favorite.
You just can't have
Best in the world.
You just can't have a referee trying to steal heat from the guys. I'm just saying. Personal.
T-Rex. Oh, what?
T-Rex. Anyway, this was wild. Like, this was one of the most wild segments I've seen since the Cody segment. Like, but MJF like went crazy.
Not only that,
couldn't take off his shirt. He's like stepping on his sleeves to get out of his shirt. Like, he's going crazy. This is probably one of the best bills for a match I've seen in a very long time. What are your thoughts, Julian?
Man, so look. Wardlow not selling the straps was it was good. And then all of a sudden you start seeing, MJF just getting mad. They weren't really clear about if they're doing the straps tonight and then the cage match or how it's going to be spread out or whatever. I guess the build up to this is going to be. So here's the whole thing. So I thought, what if I was thinking, hey, he hits him with the strap more than 10 times. It's kind of violation of the rules. So then that'll give Wardlow, carte blanche to go ahead and whoop his ass.
Right.
And then, hey, you don't get to sign an AEW contract. And then all of a sudden Wardlow comes back and says, I've got a Ring of Honor contract instead. I thought maybe they're going to work that.
That'll make Kyle happy.
I wouldn't
more
complain.
to talk about AEW.
Yeah. And so you know, it's MJF just being the super heel. It's MJF earning the ass whipping. So going all the way to the pay-per-view, it puts asses in seats because you want to see MJF get what's coming to him. You know, I always go back to Undertaker versus Punk, when Punk took the urn and was like, "Oh, my Undertaker!" Like right after Bear died.
Dude, that was so
I
wrong.
was like, Taker's gonna kill this guy.
I just sat there like I literally just met Paul Bearer like 5 months ago and he's dead and his fool's playing with his
I was
ashes.
like, oh, too soon. So everybody approve this? Like, this is crazy. So it's that buildup where, people are going to show up just frothing at the mouth to see Wardlow beat his ass.
Well, and here's the beautiful thing about that build. We've discussed this hundreds of times on this show.
Mm-hmm.
The heel. My job as a heel is to make you hate me so much.
Correct.
To where the fans can't wait to see me get my ass kicked. And then when I don't get my ass kicked this week, they're going to be like, we got to come back next week to watch this guy get his ass kicked.
Correct.
And when I don't get my ass kicked next week, for sure he's getting his ass kicked if we come back next week. And then finally, that fourth week, when I get my ass kicked, there's the big payoff. There's the climax. Like everyone's like, finally, he got his comeuppance. So Wardlow taking those 10 lashes, then getting Pillmanized, then getting beat to shit. And you realize no one came to save him.
No one.
There was a lot of that tonight. Like no selling of chair shots by old man, like just randomness tonight. I mean, I'm here for it. I love it. The one thing about this show on Wednesday nights, and someone told me that today, they said, I can see that when you do your show on Monday, you don't have as much enthusiasm or excitement as you do for Wednesday. Because Monday, we watch 3 hours of a show, so you don't have to.
Yes.
On Wednesday, we watch 2 hours of a show because it's exciting. You know, there's that element of surprise, like, oh my God, anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
And in the world of sports entertainment, in the world of sports, professional wrestling, boxing, MMA, basketball, football, you know, tiddlywinks, whatever. The fact that people can get excited about something that's going on with no knowledge of who's going to win, the surprise is there. And that's what draws fans in. AEW has that in spades. Like they can put on a horrible show. And trust me, we've seen some horrible shows. But fans will still be there for it because they don't know who's going to win. You know?
And the person you think that's going to win, they throw you a curveball. Be like, oh, shit.
So it has been confirmed that next week it is Spears inside the steel cage with Wardlow with special referee MJF. So I'm going to go ahead and just throw this out right now. Spears loses to MJF. I mean, to Wardlow because of MJF.
Yes.
I think maybe Spears is going to get hit with a chair that's meant for Wardlow.
But Doug.
And the referee's going to be knocked out, and you know, the ref's going to be like, I'm not going to count. And we all know steel cage matches, it's escape the cage or pinfall.
Or another way this could happen, that MJF tries his hardest to count the 1, 2, 3 very fast as he can, but Shawn Spears get pissed off and everything and just shoves MJF in the corner. And then
I don't see that happening, but I do see Shawn Spears hitting MJF with a chair.
Yes.
By mistake. And Bryce Rensburg makes the save.
I'm pretty sure I remember hearing them say at one point that they did not do escape rules in AEW cages. I don't know if that's true or not. I believe so. I wonder if you don't see a throwback to whichever one of those Austin pay-per-view main events it was with Vince. That might have been Over the Edge 98 with the Dude Love match with the by my hand only 3 count, where Austin takes the unconscious Vince's hand and
1, 2, 3, yeah. That might be a that right there would be a perfect screw job.
I mean, Jim Cornette once said that the statute of limitations for angle theft, even from yourself, is 7 years. So we got plenty of time on it. So
True statement. True statement. I give this a solid A. This whole segment an A because it was exciting. This was the best build to any feud in AEW right now.
Yep.
And I gotta say, MJF, whatever feud he's in, with Darby, with CM Punk, with currently right now with Wardlow, with Cody, every feud that he's been in has been the highest rated feud in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Because MJF has one of those faces that you just want to smack the shit out of. Like in his mouth, like the fact that he shoots on his parents, I love it. I followed his mom on Twitter
and he
just
didn't
because.
And he in his mid-20s too. Normally, people in their mid-20s will get their slap shit if you even
He
say that
is
to
so
your
good for
parents.
someone who's so young.
Yeah.
Can you imagine him 5 years from now? My God.
Oh.
And you never know when he's not in gimmick. Like he's an old school guy. Like he's not one of those guys that are like, Kyle, I hate you. If I see you on site, it's you and me. And then we're posting Instagram pictures together hanging out at the bar.
Yeah, right.
Like MJF ain't that dude. He's not that dude. And I
always
love
in
it.
kayfabe. He's like the Undertaker, always in kayfabe.
Always in character.
I don't know about that, man. I don't know about Taker being in kayfabe all the time, but it is what it is.
Not anymore, no.
Yeah.
Not anymore, no.
You know, back in the day when men were men and they carried guns in the locker room.
They're not going to play any video games.
They're not play any video games or anything like that. Yeah.
Because that wasn't awesome.
You know, so you're on a plane ride from hell. Anyway, the Wardlow smirking with the lashes, funny. MJF melting down, even funnier. The fact that MJF couldn't take off his shirt, and he was stepping on his sleeves, and he ripped. I was done with money. I'm like, the internet has won today. It was so funny.
So mad he can't take off his shirt.
Right? Yeah. So, Kyle, your thoughts on the match, rating wise?
Yeah, I've been struggling with this honestly because on one level it's doing its job. The people want to see MJF get his ass kicked. And that at the end of the day, that's all you really need to do. So in that sense, it's very effective. I don't love that it's been beat for beat the Cody feud all over again.
It has.
Yeah.
I honestly don't love that. It was a great feud then. They're doing great stuff now, but I've seen this movie before. On one hand, I wish it could be something else, but at the same time, it's doing what it's designed to do, so you can't hate on it that much. So I'm going to give it a solid B plus because it was entertaining. They took a new twist on it. I loved Wardlow no-selling the straps. MJF reacting in the completely correct character fashion. This is all about a guy wanting to exercise control over everybody, and you're not giving him that satisfaction. So he's going to snap and lose it. And, that's all perfect. But so it's going to be good. It's going to be a great cathartic ending when Wardlow beats the hell out of him at Double or Nothing.
That'd be so
but
sweet.
I wish we could have taken a different path to get there.
I wish it could have been more of a. I mean, this is a personal feud. It's been made to be so personal. Man, I just, I wish there's maybe, and I'm glad that AEW doesn't do the WWE route. Like, hey, let's go shoot a promo where he's in his kitchen, making breakfast for his wife, and all of a sudden, MJF just shows up and starts beating the piss out of him in front of his wife and kids. I'm glad they didn't do that.
No.
Then you go turn on the Lifetime movie network and his wife is in a show.
Don't even talk about Lifetime.
She's like, hey, she's an actress. She's Amber Heard now.
That's a different kind of shit.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah.
Hey, so how long has Wardlow been Mr. Mayhem?
Since the start.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, since the start. But I want to talk about something that, in my opinion, the very best match, and ladies and gentlemen, like I said, there's a lot of great matches on the show. but the very best match
You want to talk about
on
a
the
banger?
entire show.
Jesus.
I'm about to give it to Sean Spears. 10. Ladies and
For
gentlemen,
number 10, the Dark Order.
this match is 10 stars in the Tokyo Dome, 15 stars in my house. That's what it
Wow.
was, ladies and gentlemen. 15 stars in my house. Not in your house, but in my house. Kyle O'Reilly versus Ray Phoenix.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yes.
And you
First
know,
time
I'm
ever.
gonna straight up say this with all love and respect. This match was an A++. This match was an over. This match was so good that Owen Hart is looking down from heaven like that. That's the shit right there.
That's
So,
the shit I like.
so let me tell you, watching this match, you're like, okay, these brackets are important.
Yes.
Like these guys want it. This means something. This is they may as well be going after the championship. Like these guys want to win this tournament. These guys made it look important. And they weren't, jumping off of ladders through chairs or no gratuitous shit like that. This was a straight up wrestling match. And they were just really trying to wear each other out. And it came off clean like that too, man.
Yes, it did.
Especially when Kyle O'Reilly was giving Ray Phoenix those rolling crossroads.
Oh my God.
And Ray Phoenix, like his body went limp and he couldn't lift him up. And you're just like, holy shit, did he really knock him out?
Right.
And then he just like rams him in the corner. Oh man, just everything about this match was fantastic.
This was
Dude, cartwheels on his head with those, man.
Yes,
just right on his head.
Beautiful. So beautiful, right? And it was like Kyle O'Reilly picked Ray Phoenix apart, man. He went for that left arm that was broken, or that dislocated arm, and he worked a hold. This right here, this match was Kyle O'Reilly Ring of Honor. That's what I saw.
So
that's what I saw tonight.
Yep.
When I saw this match, I was like, you know what? If the RKO wasn't so fucking protected during one of these matches, if an Uso, whichever one, if Riddle were to go for an RKO and he went ahead and reversed it into an armbar,
oh man,
I was like, just steal the shit. I don't care, just steal it. It would make for great storytelling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because when he first did it, I was like, oh shit, did he botch the cutter? No, he was not in position. He saw it coming and turned it into an armbar. I was like,
and you want to know how he saw it coming?
Thought about that. Oh man, hey, I will never do a chef's kiss, but I'll tell you what, that shit was fantastic.
And it was great because he friggin' caught him with the. He went for that arm, that RKO, that cutter, and he caught him in the armbar and he fucking tapped him out.
Yep.
And it was like, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say this as a bad guy, as a heel. My job is to cheat. My job is to cheat. I mean, they nickname me Shenanigans. Why don't you? If I'm part of a clique, we're going to do. Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen made it perfect to cheat every match. They were some of the greatest wrestlers on earth. And they cheated all the time.
Because you didn't think of it first.
They cheat all the time. And Ric Flair's like, it ain't cheating unless you get caught.
Yep.
Oh, that was what made it so much better, because they didn't need to.
Exactly. They were so talented, they didn't need to.
They could have outclassed anybody in Jim Crockett Promotions, but they chose to do that just to be.
Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect, same way. Dude,
yes.
That's super technically sound. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. By Kyle O'Reilly being part of the super elite or the elite, whatever they call themselves, the
undisputed elite,
right? Being part of this super group, they're like the big heels. Everyone hates these guys. They're the guys who cheat. Like literally, they cheat at Yahtzee. Like they cheat. They cheat at Uno. They cheat at rock, paper, scissors. They cheat, right? This match was so clean that there was no need to cheat.
And you know why?
There was no jumping anyone after the match. There was no pulling the tights. There was no eye pokes. There was no kicks between the legs. It was legit 150,000% pure technical beauty.
And I know why, because
This was the Mona Lisa of wrestling.
Kyle O'Reilly on Rampage was taking notes.
I like that.
That's correct.
He was scouting his opponent.
He was scouting his opponent.
When this match was over, I legitimately said to myself, this is the best fucking match in this whole tournament.
Yes.
Yes.
That everyone in this tournament needs to step their game up. If Kyle O'Reilly doesn't win this tournament, I protest. If Samoa Joe wins this tournament, if freaking Adam Cole wins this tournament, I'll be pissed.
Which I feel like is going to be Adam Cole and Britt Baker to take.
So you think we're going to get Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly?
Yes.
Hey, resume their NXT feud. Like they never left.
That has to happen. Like that has to happen for two reasons. One, Owen Hart was a pure wrestler.
Yes.
Correct.
And you would think that like Tony Khan being a super big super mark. I mean, we're talking about this dude used to trade VHS tapes, man. A lot of you people watching this podcast, even Shane don't even know the hell a VHS tape is.
I know what a VHS is. I've been around before VHS died, so you know.
Wow.
The first Ring of Honor tapes, the first Ring of Honor stuff I got was the tapes back in 03, 04.
When I first started wrestling,
trust me, I had a whole Pixar collection of VHSs.
Let me put it this way: when I first started wrestling, there was no check out my YouTube channel. Let me see these clips. I legitimately would sit in my house with two VCRs and one VCR, and I would plug up to the other VCR, and I would strip matches from one VCR tape to another, and send a cassette tape, a VHS tape. Ladies and gentlemen, these tapes were like this.
Can you imagine if
that long
channel was a VHS tape,
this big, and they had a little little ribbon that would go while you're watching it, and the tape got chewed up by the VCR. You take that, you clip that, you put some tape on it, boom, right back in there.
Right back at it.
I just dated myself. God damn, now y'all know how old I am.
I'm about that age too, my friend. I'm close to it.
30 years in this business, man. 30 years. Giving up. We're talking like legitimately like there was no Facebook. There was no MySpace.
No.
There was none of that. We didn't have Comcast. We didn't have Xfinity. We had On and Select TV. We had VHS. And I thought it was real cool because I had that.
And three basic channels.
The dual VHS player. I was like, ooh, life just got easy.
Oh, yeah, the dual player? Yeah, man.
Yes.
Life just got easy. Like, yeah, I'm about to send these tapes to everybody.
VHS and DVD combo? No way.
No, we didn't have DVDs, bro. We didn't have DVDs.
That wasn't a thing yet.
Yeah.
Not a thing, but yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't a thing yet.
Oh, man.
The point is, this match was a Christian Cage used to call himself this in over there in
Impact
Wrestling. He called himself the Instant Classic.
Instant Classic.
This was an Instant Classic.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah, even Jim Cornette would be like, "This is a good match." And Jim Cornette, he hates AEW, but he'll say this was a good match.
No, I guarantee you he wouldn't. He would still shit on it.
And what's got me even more excited is that now next week we get Kyle O'Reilly versus Samoa Joe.
Another Ring of Honor.
Yes.
Oh my God!
It's only happened one time.
Yeah.
I was talked about this on my Twitter while I was watching the show, while I was live tweeting Dynamite. O'Reilly and Joe only happened one time. It was in ROH. It was in 2015 on a TV taping. Joe beat O'Reilly in about 10, 15 minutes thereabouts. So I mean, only once, and it was 7 years ago. So let's do round two. Let's do it.
It's going down. It's going down. Like I said, best match of the night. And I'll tell you right now, men and women's tournaments, you got to step your game up because this right here just stole the show.
Yep.
Man.
It stole the tournament. It stole the tournament for real.
The finish was excellent. Paid off everything. It was great. No cheating. Kyle O'Reilly didn't have to like pull the tights and like, man, just man.
It's the
then we go from something beautiful, something spectacular, something amazing, to some bullshit. The
Shenanigans.
Jericho Appreciation Society versus, I don't know if you should call them LAX 2.0.
Black
and the Blackpool Combat Club.
LBCC. No, LB.
Don't even try, Shane. Don't even try. But we get William Regal. William Regal comes out with Moxley, Eddie Kingston, and LAX, or Santana Ortiz, as you guys would know them. They basically are like, yo, we're out here to fight. Chris Jericho comes out with his Jericho Appreciation Society, runs down Regal. Regal says he shoves a toothbrush up his ass and puts it back in Jericho's thing. So that was like, okay, creepy. that was odd.
That was creepy.
That was like, yeah, really.
And also, he wants to piss in his tea again.
Yeah. So
a little throwback.
Yeah,
but you know what?
When they had heat in WCW, that's what that is.
You know what? When the East End say, "Oh, they mentioned WWE," what the? It was part of their careers. Like, come on, they had to have mentioned it.
Well, honestly, this whole segment was boo boo. It was
double
boo boo.
Double F. It was minus plus.
It was boo boo, except for the part where Jericho was like, we can do third annual Stadium Stampede, and Moxley goes, no, we ain't doing that shit. I was like,
yeah.
He just said, no, we're not doing that shit. And I was
not
like,
go back.
Pop.
Ain't no hitting the body with a golf cart. None of that.
Yeah, God, that's fantastic. That just continues to be a great thing of Kingston and Moxley in particular, just not wanting to deal with any of Jericho's shit.
No sports entertainment gimmick.
Just cut it off right at the knees, right away. No, we're not. No.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing that really got me, and I know it's going to get Julian, and Julian's got something to say about it. The fact that we predicted the sports entertainers versus the pro wrestlers.
Yep.
And we predicted it, and I haven't talked about it last week. Who it was going to be on what match?
No, you've been talking about it for a while. Maybe almost about like a year and a half now.
But the whole blood and guts thing, I figured it would be blood and guts. You know,
I did too. I did too.
I was excited about blood and guts, but it wasn't blood and guts they were talking about. They were talking about doing a Stadium Stampede, but they wanted to do like a
Anarchy in the Arena.
Or
so I've been saying this for a year. AEW presents Gang Warfare. Because there's so many cliques in AEW, and it's always a gang fight.
And get this, inside a triple cage.
Wow, Shane's talking about, man. He's talking about doing some football field type stuff.
Triple cage.
Man's going full Vince Russo. Never go full Russo.
No, not just a triple cage, but a Ready to Rumble type style.
Never go Vince Russo, bro. Bro.
Cage.
Bro.
A tower of doom.
Tower.
No, bro.
Come on, bro. What are you talking about, bro?
Yeah, Jimmy was it Jimmy King?
I will rule you.
No, so
I love that movie so much.
I think that this is gonna be a very, very serious banger of a match. This is gonna be a bloodbath, which I'm here for. But the one thing that I don't like, and I know Julian's gonna say the same thing because he likes saying this dirty little C word. You wash your mouth out with soap saying that C word on the show. But they teased it. Jericho teased it. And then Danielson and Kingston start shoving each other. And I'm like,
yeah.
For no reason.
So next week we have a match.
Hey, remember that time when Daniel called Eddie Kingston lazy? Hey, remember that time when Moxley said, I was like,
we're really doing this?
Yeah.
Remember that one time at band camp? Yeah. That's what that was. Remember when we were in elementary school and you punched that girl in the shoulder and you said, you're fat, but now you're married to her because you were in love with her since then? Like, remember that one time you saw the butterfly and you stepped on it and then all the dinosaurs died? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, see how stupid that was? This was pure sport. This was This was
A
NXT
sports
2.0.
entertainment segment.
I
This was
remember one
NXT
time where I
2.0.
got in trouble because I was trying to explain to teacher about the FU of John Cena's finisher, and I got my ass in trouble for that.
I bet you did. You were doing a crotch chops too, and they were like, "Go to the principal's office."
Scissors.
So scissor.
He's so young. He's so young. Oh my goodness.
But the point I'm making is this whole thing was stupid, and that dirty little C word reared its ugly head on a professional wrestling show. And ladies and gentlemen, in case you're wondering what that dirty little C word is,
Coca-Cola?
Julian.
It's coexist.
Oh, I hate that word.
Can they
God.
coexist?
Oh my God.
Can they coexist enough to get through?
Can't hear it anymore. Can't hear it anymore. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. That dirty little C word.
Oh man.
Can they get along?
God. Julian, do you kiss?
I need some holy water. Burn that
Do
shit
you
out
kiss
of me.
your girlfriend with that dirty mouth of yours?
Yes, I do.
Ooh, you dirty. You nasty.
It was like the opening of the Odd Couple.
I mean,
Can these two guys live in an apartment without driving each other crazy?
No, they can't.
no, it's stupid. But once again, that dirty little C word rears its ugly head on professional wrestling. That's a WWE term, ladies and gentlemen. We don't use that term in wrestling.
I think we were talking about Coca-Cola, but that's also a C word.
I thought down in Florida they just called it pop.
And Shane gets muted. Muted on his birthday for saying something stupid. Anyway, so that whole segment just fell flat to me. I'm gonna give that one a straight up F.
Damn.
Yeah. You know what made the segment even worse? What made the segment even worse is that Dante Martin, who thinks he's a gangster, like Dante Martin, you are not tough.
Oh my God!
Stop trying to act like you're tough. And shout out to our boy Matt Seidel, friend of the channel. Look, don't challenge the Blackpool Combat Club to a match on Rampage. You're going to get your ass whooped.
Didn't he already get murdered like twice?
Yeah, you might as well just call him Snoop Dogg because murder was a case that they gave him. Because it's gonna happen.
So once again, I mean, this segment was a week early because what do you do next week? I mean, they did the whole setup, and are you gonna let it? It doesn't need to simmer for a whole week. I mean, are you gonna do like a matchup in between, or hey, Brian, Eddie, you need to get this out of your system before the Anarchy match, so you guys have a match on Dynamite or Rampage. I mean, come on.
I mean, I wouldn't hate that. It'd be a great match.
I mean, I liked it the first time I saw it. Dude passing out.
I saw Brian and Eddie in Chikara in one of the Detroit suburbs back in 09 or thereabouts.
10, yeah.
Wow.
Right when he was on his hiatus after he got fired from WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Was fantastic then. So I mean, even better now.
But hey, Brian said it himself. Before you team with them, you gotta bleed with them first.
But he did. He bled with him. He passed out. He did all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's going to be a good match. I get it. It's going to be a good match, but
it's great. But the way they set it up was just like,
it was almost as flat as the women's Owen Hart women's tournament quarterfinal match. Dr. Britt Baker.
Now that's a good segue right there.
DMD, like that. DMD faced off against the Joker. Now look,
who is legitimately a Joker?
Well, yeah. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I love women's wrestling. On this channel, we fight the good fight for women's wrestling. We put it down for women's wrestling. We respect I respect every woman in this industry. Because if you can put on a pair of boots and you can walk a mile in my boots, you have earned my respect.
These boots are made for walking.
Some of these women have better matches than some of the guys. So shout out to women like LuFisto. Yeah, exactly. So they fell flat with this one again.
I actually like this match.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the match, but if you're not a Joshi fan, or if you weren't an early AEW fan,
Yes.
let's just say you found out about AEW a month ago.
Or
You have
today.
no fucking clue who this was.
Correct.
The shock value that and this is Tony Khan's fault. And as a wrestling fan, it's my own fault too. Because you get those high expectations.
Yeah, I was
hear the
going to say.
rumors. You hear the rumors.
I
you're
have something to
excited.
say about the high expectations things too after when you're done explaining.
You get these high expectations. You're so excited. It's like Hall of Fame worthy, announcements and things like that. So you get like really excited. And then you find out that the Owen Hart Women's Tournament quarterfinal match, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, faces her one-time tag team partner from Japan, making her return, Maki Ito.
Yay!
Now, Maki Ito is amazing. I love her.
Yes.
The fact
Maki is great. No Maki slander.
The fact that she got slapped and she stopped in the middle of the match and started crying was hilarious. That she stomped on her foot. I loved it. It's like a spoiled little kid. It was so freaking awesome.
She's a legitimate joker. Like, come on.
Yeah, exactly. The match was good.
It was good.
It was lackluster when it came to the excitement about her being a mystery opponent, but the fact that they played up the fact that she was like her former tag team partner, and then they played up the fact that she debuted. It was Revolution. They were a tag team at Revolution
during the pandemic.
Yeah, the whole flipping each other off. It was so awesome. They showed the video of them flipping off the cameras, and then during the match, Maki Ito flipped her off. I was like, nice way to bring that back. That was a real nice way to bring that back.
So, in terms of a Joker, who were you expecting?
I was hoping someone
who would like to have seen.
Who would I like to see? Athena.
I got one.
Johnny. I would like to see fucking Candice LeRae.
Since it was Johnny Lee, I was
Taya Valkyrie.
I was expecting Taya Valkyrie and everything. Okay. And then after that, I was thinking, I'm gonna expect.
I really would like to see though. I know this is gonna sound weird to say, but Deonna Purrazzo. And like for her to come into a match and actually fucking work the match.
Yeah.
You know who I would love to see as the men's Joker? David Hart Smith. Teddy Hart.
Yeah.
That'd have been awesome to have a representative from the family in the tournament.
Well, at this point, I feel like Teddy's about a representative in name only. But
but you get what I'm saying though. You get what I'm saying. Even in name only, like to have him in the match would have still been good. But
I love the idea of David Hart Smith just because of the fact that I'm pretty sure I saw Lance Archer on his Twitter promote the Forbidden Door show by saying it was going to be a killer time or something like that. And I said,
Killer Elite Squad.
We get me some Killer Elite Squad. Let's do this. Come on.
Ooh. Let's talk about Big Meaty Man slapping meat, Shane. Whew,
oh man. But getting back to the match though, it's an interesting choice. I like Maki Ito. A lot of people, she's super over with the crowd. The crowd loves her, but Maki Ito is you either love her or you hate her.
Mm-hmm.
There's very little in between with her. So that's you're taking a risk when you do something like that.
And it was, don't get me wrong, it was good.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It was a good surprise, but remember when Tony Khan was promoting this Hall of Fame worthy WWE, Hall of Fame worthy athlete making his debut in AEW. This guy's a legend. This guy's first ballot blue chip Hall of Famer. Like he's gonna be, blah blah blah. And it was Christian.
Well, yeah, he's absolutely a respectable Hall of Famer worthy.
But that's not the point. Talent. Like the way they were hyping him up was like, fuck. Is it Sting? Is it Hulk Hogan coming?
No.
Is it Scott Hall? Is it Kevin Nash? Is it someone who revolutionized pro wrestling? Oh, it was Christian.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
He's a Hall of Famer.
And Tony Khan got so much heat. He ain't even WWE Hall of Famer yet. And Tony Khan got so much heat because of that on Twitter. Like, oh yeah, he's making all these promises, but he's writing checks that his ass can't cash. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Tony Khan can cash any check. That guy got money. Straight up Con coin, baby. But the point I'm making is it it was too much of a WWE move. Hey, we're gonna have this Unified Tag Team Championship match at the pay-per-view, at the premium live event. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you tune in. Oh wait, we ain't having that now. Sorry, guys.
But car subject to change. Remember that.
Yeah, but car subject to change. 2
that
minutes into the
little
show.
fine.
2 minutes into the match is about to happen. Oh, by the way, we're not having this match now. Thank you for paying your money to watch us, stupid.
But you can see Cody 1 hour and 54 minutes.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I saw.
On the hour.
But hey, that's smart because people, they realized the numbers were high when Cody was on. People tune in to watch Cody. So letting them know he'll be on at 9:00 at the top of the hour. You better be here.
I'm gonna have a watch.
So I didn't think the I didn't think the match was all that great, but the finish was good. Britt Baker is struggling to get back to the top. In my opinion, they should put Toni Storm over.
They really should.
Because she's facing Toni Storm next week in a semifinal match?
Yes.
I really want Toni Storm to win this match because
my double.
They brought in another name. They're bringing in people, and when you bring in a star, you bring in someone new to the company. Don't Ruby Soho them.
No.
I know that sounds horrible, but don't Ruby Soho them.
Not only that, feature more of your women stars. After the whole
like right now, that's, and I think that's maybe because
and I get where everyone's coming from about their women's division, like they're not being booked right like WWE is. That's only because WWE crams so much of their little 24/7 shenanigans bullshit. That's the only reason why they're even in the segments of the old WWE thing.
Well, AEW is a different monster. It's a different, a different.
They just need to push their women more. That's what they need to do.
So after that, we go to, in my opinion, a segment that was good and bad all at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because you guys know I love the Professor. I love Serena Deeb.
Oh yeah,
Serena Deeb is a great wrestler, and
the segment just came off bad.
She can cut promos, and she can make her point, and she can get it over. But I think the fact that she was incorporating so many people into the story, and it was kind of a dumb promo, like, "Hey Kyle, you like Ring of Honor. So what? I used to like Ring of Honor when it was on this show, but guess what? I don't like the fact that you like Ring of Honor. So why don't you come out here so we can talk about that?" Like,
or just be a literal Eastan.
Like that's like, oh, wow, they're gonna fight now.
I know.
You know, it's almost the WWE's equivalent of "you bitch." You know, when they say "you bitch,"
that's another
war.
thing.
Like
WWE says the word bitch all the time, but when AEW does it, they're like, "Oh my god, the mouth on them."
The mouth. Do you kiss your mother with that mouth?
Like seriously, all the time. It's like, is AEW not supposed to say a damn promo or not a damn thing?
But what I'm getting at about this whole thing is, the promo fell flat,
right?
Because she was spitting facts, but she was spitting facts that were kind of like, yeah. You said last week that, you, Tony Schiavone, like, I was hoping she would kick Tony between the legs. Like something. Tony has been like the butt of everyone's joke. Just kick him between the legs. Do something.
Man.
So
I don't want to see an announcer get physical, but if Tony Schiavone were to ever just snap on somebody, that dude has earned it by now.
Yes, he's earned it.
Tony Schiavone versus Adam Cole will be freaking money.
Oh my god! But he she called out. She went off on Tony Schiavone. Then she calls out Dustin Rhodes. Right?
Perverts.
She calls out Dustin Rhodes, and she's like, blah 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 blah. You pervert. No. Okay, that was the best part of her promo. when she said, "You know what I did? I got breast implants so I can please some old perverts." Everyone knew she was shooting on Vince and John Laurinaitis and those guys.
Oh, she mentioned WWE. Oh my god.
You know, so that was pretty funny. Straight facts once again.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that she was calling out all these people, and then she didn't do anything to any of them except she slapped Dustin. And then they brought Thunder Rosa, friend of the channel. I love you, Thunder Rosa. I'm proud of her as the AEW Women's World Champion.
We need to
Sometimes
be
Thunder
shown
Rosa
more.
pops up in the chat, so if she's in the chat, you know, you
And
never
Thunder
know, she
Rosa.
might pop in there. But this whole thing kind of made her story like lame because it focused on Serena Deeb's issue with Dustin Rhodes, her issue with the commentary from Tony Schiavone. She even said Jim Ross is the only one that got any kind of sense.
Wow.
That made me laugh a little bit.
So the problem that I had with the delivery here was she came out spitting facts. Dustin Rhodes seems to be the guy to shit on when he needs somebody to shit on. Because he literally was standing in the ring saying and doing nothing for quite a long time.
And he was just like standing there shrugging his shoulders like,
just,
right.
Yeah.
Like poor
It's
Tony,
like,
man. He's just like, why did everybody got to shit on me?
And she was yelling, she was just sitting there yelling at Tony Schiavone, and I was like, well, is she gonna attack him, slap him? Like, what's gonna happen? And she was just yelling at him. And so that is probably a promo she could have done in the ring by herself.
Exactly. That's the point I'm getting at.
And not need to confront people about doubting her ability. I mean, she could have said something like, yeah, there's a lot of people out there who don't think I'm going to win, but blah, 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 blah. And this could have been an in-ring promo just by herself without calling anybody else. And, you know, and still Thunder Rosa could have run it afterwards, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those segments that just have some awkward time, like with Dustin just standing there, with Tony not really saying much back to her, and also with her not following through, like slap Tony, kick him in the nuts, like you said, whatever, do something. And then she slaps Dustin Rhodes, and well, fuck, everybody slaps Dustin Rhodes. I mean, there's nothing too special about that, you know.
Apparently.
And then Thunder Rosa runs out, and Dustin Rhodes grabs her, and you know. So it was, you know, just one of those long in-ring segments that could have been a one-person show.
And that's exactly where I'm getting at with this whole thing. It went on too long, and it became awkward.
Yeah.
So while she was spitting facts about how she's this and how she's that, and how she's the best, and she's the professor, and you know she's gonna win the championship, you know, that segment lasted 7 minutes.
Yeah,
7 minutes 23 seconds. That's how long that segment lasted. Do you know how long it should have lasted? 2 minutes. She should have came out there. You know who I am? I'm the professor. I am the best women's wrestler in all of AEW, and I'm going to prove it May 29th at Double or Nothing when I whip your ass, chica, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Thunder Rosa could have came out. No, I'm the best, blah, blah, blah. And they could have gotten into a little brawl.
Yeah.
And Dustin Rhodes could have came and pulled them apart, whatever. Right there, that would have been enough heat. Or she could have just came out and said, Thunder Rosa, you bitch. There it is. There it is. You just seen fireworks going. Thunder Rosa would have came out and she'd have like, it would have just been on.
Well, here's all you need. Remember when Thunder Rosa had the NWA Women's World title?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Last year? Who beat her for it?
Serena Deeb.
That's been mentioned maybe once in passing a month ago.
Mentioned? I don't even remember it being mentioned.
I believe it was at least referenced once. But other than that, it's like, that's right there. And both of them have defended that title on your show. You admit that you've recognized that title. Where's that? There's things that can be done here. If you're going to make this whole segment needlessly complicated with all these extra bells and whistles, why don't you lean into the history like you're so good at doing in some of these other feuds?
Yes.
Agreed.
But yeah, this the match is going to be straight fire. The match is going to be fantastic, but the build has not done it for me at all.
Well, because they haven't been showing their women's champion in like past couple weeks.
Well, they haven't really showed their champion, so you really can't say too much of that because look, they've been keeping Adam Page off of TV. You know,
Correct.
so it's like, okay, they're keeping the world champion off TV, they're keeping the world tag team champion off TV, whatever. You know, whatever. They're keeping the ladies champion off TV, whatever. You know, it is what it is. But the point that needs to be made is that this feud could have been built a whole lot better if they just let it go. They just did it. You know what I mean? Like they didn't put all the extras on it. Like giving them. I mean, I'm all for giving the women time. Ladies and gentlemen, please understand. I'm a strict supporter of professional wrestling. I'm a strict supporter of that. So it is what it is. But the thing that I need to address and get across to everyone is that useless time in this promo can build or destroy a heated rivalry. And that 7 minutes was 5 minutes too long. So I'm excited to see the match. I'm excited. It's gonna be like Kyle said, pure fire. It's gonna be one of the best matches on the show. Because Thunder Rosa can go, and Serena Deeb, the professor, the lady of 2002 holes.
Wow,
you know,
went up 1,000?
Yeah, man, she got holes. Look, dude, she got holes. She got more holes. Never mind. Yeah, different area codes and everything.
Oh man,
she's so great. She's jealous of herself. That's how good she is.
Yeah. Can we? Speaking of that, can we also stop putting all the women's content for Dynamite in about a 15-minute block from 9:30 to 9:45? Can we please stop with this?
They need to be shown more
every week,
not less.
Every week with this. And I want the women to have more time, but not at the expense of stretching, like you say, a 2-minute segment into 7. That's not what I mean.
Yeah,
exactly.
But you guys are not doing right by the women here. I have high hopes for the match, the pay-per-view. Toni Storm and Britt Baker is going to be a banger when that happens.
Oh,
like the pieces are there, and I don't know if you just need to get Kenny Omega back and start putting him in charge of the women's division again. If you need to back up the Brinks truck to Maria Kanellis and bring her in,
please.
Something.
Oh my God, please bring her in. Like there's certain people that were great in the ring that are horrible backstage people. Then there are people like Maria Kanellis who has such a great mind for women's wrestling. Gail Kim.
Oh
yeah,
great
mind for women's wrestling. Dude, give them a fucking job. Let them do it.
Yep. Maria and Bobby Cruz were the driving force behind the reinvention of the women's division in Ring of Honor before the hiatus. And oh my gosh, give them all the money, let them go. But you gotta stop this pinning the women at 9:30 p.m. on a Wednesday night. It's doing nobody any favors. Can we please break out of this format?
I 1,000% agree.
I totally agree, man. I mean, shit. So we're gonna go ahead and go to our main event of the evening.
Time for talking this over.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Main event.
Kyle, in case you didn't know, I fucking hate that. Like that is the worst thing. Like Mark Henry is a WWE Hall of Famer, and literally that's his job.
Did you not?
Time for the main event. Like, shut the fuck up with that.
Did you not pay attention for when they signed Mark Henry in the first place?
Apparently no, because I know they were signing him to do it's time for the main event.
Yeah, he's
it's just annoying. It's just annoying. Like, it's time for Shane to sit there in a blue shirt. Like, who cares? We know it's time for the main event. So speaking of the main event, you got Adam Cole, baby, versus Jeff Hardy. And this is another match that could have been an all-out banger if Jeff Hardy wasn't in it.
Wow.
Or if Jeff Hardy was in it circa 1999.
Wow.
I would settle for 2007. I don't get. I mean, shit,
Okay,
you
fair.
know, but not saying that Jeff Hardy has lost a lot, but I'm not saying he's like he was before. I'm 30 years in the business. I'll be 48 years old this year, so I get it.
Wow.
Some people fucking need to slow down. I get it. But the focus of this match was Adam Cole attacking Jeff Hardy before the match, beating Jeff Hardy's ass most of the match, and then beating Jeff Hardy at the end of the match to advance to the semifinals of the
Yes.
Owen Hart Cup, right? Once again, Jeff Hardy didn't need to be in this match. What, dude? It would have been better if it was Adam Cole versus Darby Allin.
Darby Allin. Oh my God, Darby would have been.
I mean, that would have been to me. That would have been a more exciting match. Adam Cole, Darby Allin. That would have been way exciting. But the match itself wasn't noteworthy.
Not really.
Adam Cole wins the match.
Squash.
He lowers the boom. Wins the match. No shenanigans.
No shenanigans.
No
Once
shenanigans.
again.
Until.
But after it was over, it's when all the shenanigans hit. Because
Super,
the Bucks show up to attack Matt and Nick. I mean, Matt and Jeff. Right? Bobby Sting comes out. Darby Allin comes out. Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly come out. Big old brawl. Big humongous brawl. This was the best part of the match because Bobby Fish grabbed a chair and fucking whacked Sting, and Sting just.
What's with him no selling?
Really?
Because that's Sting.
Sting's a no seller right now.
It's Sting.
Then they Pillmanize Sting's ankle.
Yeah.
The
Maybe
show.
the only part of them that doesn't have so much.
No, not only that, they
they
super shoulder kick him.
Oh yeah, the super kick to the shoulders. Yeah,
Yeah.
He doesn't sell the steel chair to the back, but he sells a super kick to the shoulder, and he bumps hard for it, which made me laugh.
Because that way he can't do this.
Yeah, exactly. So the beatdown lasted for a long time, and the best part of the beatdown for me, like the very best part of the beatdown, was the fact that it just abruptly went off the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, which cliffhanger?
Hey, but the tape is still rolling.
Yeah, and then
the tape machines are rolling.
I saw the aftermath video where they continued to the heels, and once again, I am a bad guy, ladies and gentlemen. I am not a good person. I'm a horrible person. I'm the guy who laughed when Bambi died. I'm the guy who, when Thanos snapped, I was in the theater like, yes! And people were like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? The bad guy won. Yes.
I know.
The bad guy won.
Read a book!
I'm just saying, if they read the book, they'd already know. But then again, if you watch the Eternals, you know Thanos wasn't the bad guy.
No.
Just saying.
So you know what? And in this instance, I do agree with you. Because at the start of the match, the Bucks came in the locker room and Matt Hardy started writing checks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you guys just want to be like us. You're never going to be like us. And if you come in that ring and interfere, you're going to get your asses beat like a couple of bitches like that you are, yada, yada, yada. They're like,
Okay.
all right.
We'll see who's the bitch afterwards.
So, I mean, to me, like that set up the Hardys, and that's why I'm glad Jeff lost. Because now that sets up the Hardys and the Bucks. We already knew that match was going to happen.
Yeah,
that match might be on the pre-show for all we know. I mean,
and then you get Sting and Coffin Boy sticking the nose in business where it doesn't belong.
What?
That's why they got beat.
Look, why is Sting?
Because we all know if it was Sting and Darby Allin getting beat, Hardy Boys have been like,
they've done it. The Hardys.
I was gonna say Jeff will take his time and do his dance first. You know?
Yeah, right.
Okay,
My brother getting beat up. Hold on.
Dance break.
Dance party. That's what that was. But all in all, this show, if I had to give it a grade, B.
Wow.
Minus.
Solid B. Yeah, I give it a solid B.
Yeah, solid B.
Not it was almost a B plus, but I give it a solid B.
It was an A plus
like-
if it was a Monday Night Raw. A plus plus if it was Raw.
Hey man,
It's a sliding scale.
Hey man, if I don't get Sean Spears throwing Wardlow through the cage, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
But,
Sean Spears is no Omos, okay?
But like I said, this show reminded me a lot of the Attitude Era shows, as far as how everything was jam packed in there, and it was like match segment, continuously. Not a bad thing because I mean, hell, everybody knows the Attitude Era was fantastic. Just some of the segments were just, and
some of them drug on too long.
The letdown of Johnny Elite was.
See now that's the one thing that I learned about wrestling. I try my best not to have high expectations on anything because then you're just like, oh wow, I didn't even know that was gonna happen.
You know, the whole element of surprise with AEW is great.
Yeah,
I love that they have the whole element of surprise that on any given Wednesday someone can show up.
Yeah, but for this tournament, for any tournament where you have a Joker, I expect the Joker to be a really big surprise. Like
would they really
Cesaro.
let someone debut on the regular Dynamite episode though?
Well,
it's a flagship show.
It's not even. Here's the thing, Shane. Let me explain a little bit about wrestling. Okay, wrestling is built on the crowd, bringing in the crowd, the pop, the huge pop, the excitement, the how can I say it? The expectation that something great is going to happen at each show.
Right.
When I booked the show, I booked the show to where it was like, okay, so I'm gonna have this match started out, this match warming up, this match warming up, this match making it hot, this match nuclear. And I always made sure that the bad guy won with some dirty, cheap ass shenanigans to the point to where the crowd's like, yeah, I'll be back next week so that guy can get killed. Oh, he didn't get killed? I'll make sure I come back next week to watch it again. You build that expectation. That way, Shane, it's like being with a girl. It's like being with a girl, Shane.
Yeah.
You take her to the movies, you put your arm around her, you do the whole pull her in close. You give her a kiss on the cheek because that's how you roll. Then you take her on a second date. You hold her hand. You open the door for her.
Oh my God, I'm getting there.
You smack her on the ass. Then she slaps you. Because that's how you roll. You build anticipation, Shane. Till one day she's like, you know what, Shane? I'm going to kiss you. There you go. Boom. Your life is made, right? Expectation. You build. Boom. There it is. AEW does that a lot. They build, boom. Right? But sometimes they build. Boom.
And it's also the fact they don't have.
What happened? Oh my God. They tell great stories.
Yes, they do.
They're like Marvel, DC.
All right.
It took DC. Let's see. Superman, Batman versus Superman, Justice
that awful
League,
movie.
Aquaman, Zack Snyder's Justice League, because I don't talk about that other bullshit.
Oh my God.
Zack Snyder's Justice League, to tell a story about bringing the Justice League together and their fight. 5 movies. 5 movies, the course of like 7 years. 5 movies. It took Marvel 23 movies over the course of 2 decades to tell one goddamn story. After like the first 10 years, if you literally weren't watching all those movies, you just came into it, you're confused as fuck. You have no idea what's going on.
I remember the first Marvel movie came out.
Or the Dark World thrown in there.
Yeah. And then you got Thor: Love and Thunder. Like, okay, so you got these movies thrown in there, and they make no sense, and they totally throw off the balance of the whole story. AEW builds these stories, and they build these things on TV, because unlike the WWE, they don't have a premium live event every month.
But also, unlike
they build it towards something special. It's like the Super Bowl, or the World Series, or the NBA Finals, or it's the Stanley Cup. It happens once a year. It's built once a year. But you have those 4 big major events that happen in sports every year. The AEW is trying to be more sports centric, so they're having these big events happen every quarter. So you have 4 pay-per-views a year. So all their TV stuff is being built up to those big shows. So they have to bring in big stars on this random rampage. Look what they did with CM Punk. They sold out the United Center on a hey, CM Punk might show up. So can you imagine they're like, hey, guess what, guys? Cody's coming back this day, this time, at this arena. People are gonna want to go there. They're gonna sell it out. They're gonna make.
And that's how WrestleMania was almost sold out.
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying? Like that's how the difference between AEW and WWE. WWE has 7, 8, 10 pay-per-views a year, and they all fucking suck with the build. Great matches, but they suck with the build because they have X amount of weeks of TV to build these matches. They have 4 weeks of TV to build a match for a pay-per-view every
you know what the funny thing is, and I'll tell you this. WWE does have extended storylines.
Yes.
And they do have extended storytelling, but they're piss poor about reminding you about it during the course of the story. Absolutely. So, for example, when Bianca Belair was at NXT and she was undefeated on TV, of course, the first time she got defeated was when she came to the Women's Battle Royal at Mania, and who threw her out? It was Becky Lynch. Mm-hmm. And so Becky Lynch is the person who defeated her when she came back from her pregnancy and beat her in 24 seconds. And it was like, oh, this is bullshit, da-da-da. If they had mentioned this as, oh, yeah, well, hey, once again, Becky Lynch, got the best of her because back at the Women's Battle Royal, they say nothing about it. And wrestling is one of those things where you do have to spoon feed the fans, because a lot of fans are casual fans, and even some of your better fans, I mean, they're not going to go do research. And wrestling fan memory is horrible. Wrestling fan memory is horrible, because if it was good, a lot of people would be like, this is some stupid shit, I'm turning it off. Because who's teaming up? Oh, fuck this. Those guys were fighting last like 3 weeks ago, a month ago. And so one thing that AEW does do is, even though it's a long storyline, they at least remind you from time to time why something's happening.
Why they're feuding and why they're
what they don't do is just stop the storyline and then just not talk about it.
Exactly. And that's why they build it on TV, Shane. Because every week you're watching TV, you're watching a show, you're watching week after week after week after week. Remember the whole segment with Kenny Omega and Adam Page?
Yes.
They built that storyline for 2 years on TV.
On TV.
Yeah.
And they reminded you week after week after week after week. And it wasn't like they were shoving it down your throat. That's the subtlety of this whole thing.
Correct.
Like they'd be like, hey, you know what, guys? Kyle has a show this day at this time. And then a week from now, I'm not going to say anything about it. But then a week after that, hey, remember, guys, Kyle has a show this day at this time. And then after like a week or two, hey, guys, remember that Kyle has a show this day at this time. So fans are like, okay, cool. I see he has a show. Oh, man, I got other things to do right now. Oh, shit, he has a show. I got other things to do right now. When was that show again? Oh, he has a show this day. Let me tune in right now. You see what I'm saying? You kept building that anticipation without shoving it down their throat.
Yes.
That's why people booed Cena. That's why people booed fucking Roman Reigns. That's why people hated them. So Goldberg. That's why people hated these guys, because the WWE was like, oh no, you like Goldberg. You like Goldberg. You like Roman Reigns. You like Roman Reigns. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. You like him. You like him. You like him. You like him. You like, take this, take this, take this, take this. That's why you're like, fuck, okay, I get it.
But see, dude, and here's a perfect example of that. When Raquel Gonzalez had her match with Ronda Rousey, the reason why that was good storytelling is because here he is, you have a call up, and WWE did something different. Number one, they didn't squash the call up.
No.
Number two, they let these two women have a good match.
Yeah.
And number 3, at the end of the match, there was no heel, there was no face, but you had 2 competitors fighting for a title, and they put on a good match. They both win. They both look positive, whatever. In Cena's matches, when he was doing the United States Open Championship, he'd be kind of squashing people, except for 2 people, CM Punk and Cesaro. In his match with Cesaro, one of the best open invitation matches.
Oh man, that was great.
You were like, holy shit, I think Cesaro might win this.
I literally did. Literally thought
And
Cesaro was going to win.
Cesaro left that match looking strong. Cena didn't look weak, but Cesaro left looking really fucking strong. And something that you learn from that is, if your champ can still win, but if you have the competitor looking strong, then he can look strong in other matches. He can get a fan following and whatever. But you got to follow up on it. There's got to be some payoff for it. I mean, have a best 2 out of 3. You know, have someone interfere in the next match, which will lead to the next feud. Do something with it, but you gotta have follow up. And the only time that happens in WWE is between the Rumble and Mania. There have been years where people have won the Money in the Bank briefcase, and a month later, I'm like, "Fuck, who got the briefcase?"
Yeah. Yep.
There have been times where I forgot who won the Rumble at all.
Yeah.
So with that being said, it is now 10 o'clock. It is now time for us to
Adam Page is still not a heel. He's a fighting champion.
I hate you. He is a fighting champion who's a heel. That being said, Julian, since you're over here spouting nonsense,
Julian, where can they find us?
Where can they find us since you're spouting this nonsense?
I already said it.
In the interest of storytelling, I'm gonna tell the story again.
Oh my
you
God.
can find us 3 times a week. Not on Facebook, not on Instagram, not on Twitter, not on YouTube.
No.
In the Portland, Oregon area on your
Really?
TV, your LED, your Samsung 65-inch, whatever you call it, and you got cable 3 times a week. Mondays at 10 p.m., channel 22 Xfinity TV, channel 8002 CenturyLink TV. You missed us on Monday, check us out on Tuesdays at 9:30 p.m., channel 23 Xfinity TV, channel 8003 CenturyLink TV. You missed us on Monday and Tuesday, or maybe you just love watching us 3 times a week, jump in on Wednesdays at 9:30 p.m., channel 11 Xfinity TV and CenturyLink TV.
Jesus Christ, they can find us all types of places.
Yes,
I mean, you can get us on Amazon, you can get us on Google Podcasts, Apple, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, and all major podcast platforms.
Tinder.
What?
What?
They can't get us on OnlyFans. I mean, ShaneHusky.com/OnlyFans, his OnlyFan, because he only has one.
OnlyFans.
Apparently,
I'm married, man. I can't get into that.
Kyle has one
trouble.
fan,
I don't know
too,
about
as
this.
his wife.
Just one.
Kyle, tell us where they can find you at, my man.
Oh man, I am on Twitter at Kyle K Sparks. You can follow me there. I was live tweeting Dynamite tonight. I try to live tweet Dynamite and Rampage, occasionally Dark or Elevation. Sometimes being a parent, having a couple of kids at home, sometimes that gets in the way of live tweeting. That's much more important than wrestling, as anybody will tell you. But I'm on Body Slam. I'm writing news updates periodically for the website. On Mondays, I host the Code of Honor podcast with Ring of Honor with Kylie Fuller. You can follow that show at Code of Honor Cast. And I will occasionally be doing pay-per-view post shows for Body Slam as well. I'll keep with all that stuff on my Twitter feed as well.
Nice, man. Maybe we'll get you on the watch along with us so you can watch along with us and yeah.
Oh, man, that can be
Shane
fun.
Husky,
well,
happy birthday, dude. Mr. Birthday Guy. Where can they find you at? Where can they find you at?
Well, you can find me on Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff of Husky518. Well, except for Twitch, you gotta go to Husky_518.
Doubler. Oh man.
Yeah.
Julian, where can they find you at, Mr. Mixologist?
And find me on Instagram at Chemical Julian. Also find me the same place on Twitter. And don't come looking for me on Facebook.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, at him on Facebook about everything. Add him on Facebook about 3MB's reunion because that ain't happening either. Add him on Facebook about Madcap Moss being the future of the WWE.
Future Intercontinental Champion Madcap Moss.
Who is reportedly getting a repackage, which I'm pretty sad about that.
Yeah, he'll be
How
Riddick
can you
Moss
repackage
again.
Right.
perfection?
I mean, apparently, you know how you can package. You know how you can package that by simply going and feeding the ducks.
Oh yeah, the duck. First, let me grab my title.
That's right. That was a sexy ass segue. So, ladies and gentlemen, you understand that this show is sponsored in part by BodySlam.net. If you like the show and you want to keep the website going, why don't you go ahead and donate all your cash, smackers, just money, just all the cheddar, that cheese, that sweet con coin to www.slamchats.com. That is www.slamchats.com. If you like the show being thick, visceral, and rock hard,
So it's gonna cost you more.
then you can. Wow, that's wrong. It's gonna still cost you whatever it is you want to spend.
You need corn the long way.
www.bodyslam.net. We're gonna go ahead and provide you with some pro wrestling and MMA content. The sweet sounds of the franchise. And for your boy, Kyle Sparks, the birthday boy, Shane Husky, and the man, the mixologist himself, Chemical Julian. Your boy, the franchise. We say thank you very much for joining us here. And we will see you on Friday for another installment.
Are you ready?
Of the Round Table Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Peace.
Yeah.